Good morning, students. Lesson number 12. Let's us know more. Okay, now open your textbook, page number 108. Activity 3. Read the following story. Gulliver in the Giant's Land. ये मैं सिर्फ एक्सप्लेन कर रही हूँ. ओके, आई एम अ गुलिवर, अ सेलर. क्या है गुलिवर? वो क्या है? सेलर है. आई हैव विजिटेड मैनी स्ट्रेंज आइसलैंड. उसने क्या किया है? बहुत सारे ऐसे आइसलैंड है, उसमें वो गए हैं. वंस आई एम विजिटेड इन आइसलैंड फॉर ड्यू ऑफ कॉल्ड लिलीपुट. वो एक है, वो कहाँ पे गया था? एक लिलीपुट में. I was the giant among the Lilliputians. Then I landed on the island of giants, where I was a dwarf. यानी ड्राफ यानी क्या है? अ टीनी मैन, एक मैन है. जायंट यानी मॉन्स्टर, एंड स्ट्रेंज यानी ऑड एंड लुकिंग. Let me tell you about my experience about the Iceland of Giants. फिर वो अपने एक्सपीरियंस बता रहा है जायंट्स के बारे में. I am trying to find a gap in the head when I discovered one of the giants in the next field walking towards a fence. I was struck with fear and ran to hide myself. वो कभी भी एक दिन जा रहा था तो उसमें क्या मिला? एक जायंट. लेकिन वो क्या कर रहा था? I was struck with fear and run to hide myself. फिर वो उसके देख कर वहाँ पे हाइड यानी कि वो छुप गया था वहाँ पे. He called in a voice much louder than a trumpet. उसकी वॉइस क्या थी? Much the louder. It sounded like thunder. 7 monsters like him come towards the field ready to with the corn. They carried a ripping look which was very big. When one of the reapers approached where I lay hidden, and I screamed as loud as I could. The creature stopped ripping, picked me up between its thumb and forefinger, and brought me close to his eyes. 60 feet above the ground, he looked at me with curiosity and below my hair aside to get a better view of my face. He called his friends and gently placed me on the ground. देखो जैसे कि हमें यहाँ पे पिक्चर में दिखाई दे रहा है ना, वैसे. The all sat on the ground to take a good look at me. I walked slowly backward and forward, pulled off my hat, and made a low bow towards the farmers. I tried to speak to them loudly in several languages. फिर वो क्या कर रहा था? उसने ऐसे किया था तो वो लाउडर से वो बोल रहा था. Each time I did so, the farmers who picked me up held his ear very close to me, but in vain. The farmer took me to his house and placed me at some distance on the dining table, which was a 30 feet high from the floor. वो क्या था? 30 feet high in the floor. Dinner was brought of the farmer in a dish. फिर फार्मर ने ऐसे क्या किया था? उसने एक डिश दी which was 10 feet in diameter. The farmer's wife crumbled some bread and plates in before me. उसने क्या दिया था? एक ब्रेड और उसने ऐसे दिया था उसको. In the middle of the dinner, I heard a noise behind me. It was the purring of cat that was 10 times larger than an ox. The farmer's wife was stroking him. Then entered the farmer's 1 year old son in the arms of a lady. On seeing me, the child grabbed me from the table and put my head into his mouth. I shouted so loudly that the baby dropped me. I would have broken my neck if the mother had not held her prone under me. Later, she put me on her own bed and covered me with a clean white handkerchief. I slept dreaming of my home, my wife and my children. फिर वो क्या कहाँ पे गया था आपने घर पे चला गया था. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, आई होप आपको ये समझ में आ गई होगी स्टोरी द गुलिवर एंड द जायंट्स. नेक्स्ट है पेज नंबर 110. The giants carried a ripping hook because he was going to rip the corn. They put Gulliver on the ground to look at him because they had never seen such a tiny man. Gulliver was sailor. Gulliver क्या था? Sailor था. From the text, write a sentence that tells you the following. The giant repairs were fenced by Gulliver. तो इसमें क्या आएगा? They all sat on the ground to take good look at me. उसने क्या बोला था? The giant wanted to take a close look at me. So he looked at me with curiosity and below my hair aside to get a better view of my face. The farmer's son thought Gulliver was a toy. फार्मर्स का सन तो क्या कर रहा था कि गुलिवर एक टॉय है. On seeing me, the child grabbed me from the table and put my head in his mouth. The farmer's wife was a kind-hearted woman. The farmer's wife crumbled some bread and placed it before me. Later, she put me on her own bed and covered me with a clean white handkerchief. Next activity 5. Identify the tense of the sentences given below. जैसे कि lost his way, तो क्या है? सिंपल पास्ट टेंस. पास्ट यानी जो पहले हो चुका है. मदर did the food, तो सिंपल पास्ट टेंस. Excuse me, said Mira, सिंपल पास्ट टेंस. The baby carries, simple present tense. And she scolded him, the simple past tense. Okay. Next day, write 5 more sentences in the present and past tense each. ये सिर्फ समझने के लिए ऊपर जो दिया गया है उसमें से. ओके. नेक्स्ट है एक्टिविटी 6. हियर आर अ फ्यू लाइन्स ऑन लाइफ. यहाँ पे हमारी लाइफ के बारे में फ्यू लाइन्स दिए गए हैं. लाइफ मीन्स तो डिफरेंट थिंग टू डिफरेंट पीपल. द एडवेंचर ऑफ लाइफ इज टू लर्न. द पर्पस ऑफ लाइफ इज टू ग्रो. द नेचर ऑफ लाइफ इज टू चेंज. द चैलेंज of life is to overcome. The opportunity of life is to serve. The secret of life is to dare. The spice of life is to be friend. And the beauty of life is to give. यहाँ पे हमें लाइफ के बारे में कोई सेंटेंसेस है जो हमें यहाँ पे बताए गए हैं. तो आपको क्या करना है? रीड करने हैं. Rewrite and summarize the above lines in your one word. क्या करना है यहाँ पे आपको रीराइट करके करना है। ये सिर्फ एक्सप्लेन कर रही हूँ, ओके, लिखना नहीं है। नेक्स्ट है, ओके, पेज नंबर 113 है, वो आपको मैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो से एक्सप्लेन करूँगी। ओके, थैंक यू।